we're going to be doing another book called Miss Nelson is Back, I think. No, Miss Nelson is Missing. That's scary. Miss Nelson is Missing by Harry Allard and James Marshall. And this time, instead of flipping it around, I'm going to do this. Read this page, flip it around so you can see this page, read this page, open it around so you can see it, and it'll just let you see the pages I'm reading right there. Ready? This is not, that's not the page. The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling, paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaving class in the whole school. Now settle down, said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice, but the class would not settle down. They whispered and giggled, they squirmed and made faces. They were even rude during story hour, and they always refused to do their lessons. Something will have to be done, said Miss Nelson. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. Wow, yelled the kids. Now we can really act up. They began to make more spitballs and paper planes. Today, let's just be terrible, they said. Not so fast, hissed an unpleasant voice. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them. I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp. And she rapped the desk with her ruler. Where's Miss Nelson? The kids asked. Never mind that, snapped Miss Swamp. Open those arithmetic books. Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. I'm going to read her book right here. Work to be done. Number 1, math. Number 2, poems. Number 3, English. Number 4, it is story. Number 5, geography. Sorry, I can never pronounce that word right. But I did. They could see that Ms. Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work. She loaded them down with homework. We will have no story hour today, said Miss Swamp. Keep your mouth shut, said Miss Swamp. Sit perfectly still, said Miss Swamp. And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry, said Miss Swamp. The kids in room 207 had never worked so hard. Days went by and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson. Maybe we should try to find her, they said. Some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. I think Miss Nelson is missing. Bless you. That was my dog. Detective McSmog would not be much help. Okay, baby? Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn and no one answered their door. In fact, the only person they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. If she sees us, she'll give us more homework. They got away just in time. Baby, you okay? Sorry, I have to worry about my dog. Oh. The girl's face is blowy. Not that one. Look at her face. Not judging. Not judging. We don't judge. Alright. Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark, said one of the kids. But that didn't seem likely. Sharks. Very unpleasant. Ugh. Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars, said another kid. But that didn't seem likely either. Speaking of Mars, what's your favorite planet? Mine's Neptune. I know! Exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson's car was carried off by a swarm of angry butterflies. But that was least likely of all. The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola's swamp forever. They heard footsteps in the hall. Here comes the wicked witch, they whispered. Oh, that's not. Oops. Hello, children, someone said in a sweet voice. I'm going to read the book. The capital of England is London. The capital of Sweden is Stockholm. The capital of Japan is Tokyo. The capital of Italy is Rome. The capital of Greece is Athens. The capital of China is Peking. The capital of Denmark is... I can't read it because his head's in the way. It was Miss Nelson. Did you miss me? She said. We certainly did, cried all the kids. Where were you? That's my little secret, said Miss Nelson. How about a story hour? Said Miss Nelson. Oh, yes, cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour, no one was rude or silly. Oops. What brought about this lovely change? She asked. That's our little secret, said the kids. Give me 1 minute, please. I'm going to show you something. Look at that. You see it? Now look at this one. Now look at that one. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet, right next to an ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. Hey, you're in the way. Come on. Come on. Get up. Get up. I'll push your butt. Get up. Get up. There we go. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. I'll never tell, she said to herself with a smile. Are y'all ready to see this picture? What is that? That's the ugly. P.S. Detective Smog is working on a new case. He is now looking for Miss Viola's swamp. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story time. I really did. That was a really cool thing. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Okay, bye.